Okay, you guys, well, we're going to talk about LinkedIn. Now, when you guys registered, for those of you who registered, I asked you a couple questions, right? And the one question was, what do you want to learn? What is your biggest struggle with LinkedIn? And it was pretty mixed, the group. And there are several people who registered who aren't on. So hopefully they will join us, but we'll see. I had a couple people say that they wanted to know better how to connect with people, how to find the right audience, how to connect. Had a couple people say they wanted to improve their engagement. Had a couple of people say they wanted to know, they're confused about what to post, when to post, what kind of content is appropriate for LinkedIn. I had someone say, everything. I don't know anything about LinkedIn. I'm like clueless. It's like, that one was good. And then we had someone say, I just have to remember that it's there. I've had a profile forever and I just never think to go there. So we're going to address all of that. Okay. So we are going to start with, we're going to go into LinkedIn, going to share my screen. We're going to go to LinkedIn, we're going to go to my profile, and we're going to kind of just walk through some things. All right. So let me share. Okay, can you see the screen? I just connected with Valerie just as we were like getting on here.
I can see it.
Okay, good. All right, so you guys, so this is my home screen, right? Everyone's home screen would be a little bit different. The first thing I'm going to tell you is I am on my computer, right? LinkedIn has an awesome app, right? Love the LinkedIn app. However, this is one of those occasions where the app and the desktop are very, very different products. Okay, so we're going to go over tonight the desktop version, and just know that some of the things I'm going to show you on the desktop you cannot find on the app, right? And the app acts a little bit differently than the desktop. And as I think about things as we go, I'll try to point out what some of the differences are. But honestly, they're just very different. So I'm just telling you now, I'm telling you how it works on the computer for tonight. And we can separately do a quick review of the app at a different time if you want. But all right, so what do you need to know about LinkedIn? One, LinkedIn is the largest professional database in the world, right? There's over 6 billion profiles out here. And the latest statistics say that 41% of all millionaires have an active profile on LinkedIn, right? This is a professional upscale. This is the executives. These are the presidents and CEOs and the founders. This is where they're at, right? Everyone C-level and above executives, they're out on LinkedIn. And anyone who wants to connect with those kinds of people are out on LinkedIn. A lot of the influencers, I mean, I see posts from Gary Vaynerchuk, 3 or 4 times a day, right? He posts, and he personally regularly posts on LinkedIn, and you can connect with him and you can talk, you can send him messages and he'll reply to your comments and things. Simon Sinek, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, Brene Brown. Brene Brown is out here a lot. If you guys know Brene, I follow her, I comment, she will sometimes comment back. You can actually start to create relationships with people. Okay, so that's why you want to be on LinkedIn, right? If you want to talk to professionals, business people, you want to be on LinkedIn because that's where they are. So let's kind of, I'm going to briefly, since the things that people were asking about is not necessarily profile, but I'm going to start with your profile because that is where you start to connect with people. Okay, so right over here on the left-hand side is your profile, right? It has your picture, it has your header, and it has this right here, what I'm circling over here. This is your headline, right? When you show up in a search, the only thing that people see is your picture, your name, and your headline. Okay, so you want it to stand out. And what you do not want to do is you do not want it to look like everyone else. Okay. You know, and then you get a little bit of stats, right? It's like who's viewed your profile, and this usually is a 30-day look. So I've had 86 people look at my profile in the last 30 days. I've had 57 views of posts. You know, and what pages? I've got a Morelli page, and I've got a Marie Talks page out there. And recently, these are the groups that I've been in. You know, and I belong to 15, 18 groups. I don't know. You know, so this is just a quick snapshot over here on the left-hand side. But I want to kind of go back to this headline, right? So let's see, who do we have? We've got Jerry, Cleo, Sheila. You guys are all speakers, right? Pretty much. So what you don't want to do is you want to do something that makes you stand out, right? And so what you don't want to do is be motivational speaker, right? So in people, there's 180,000 people, okay, 180,000 who have the phrase motivational speaker in their headline, right? So you've got Chiquita, who's a published author and speaker, cosmetologist speaker, motivational speaker at, motivational speaker podcast host, motivational speaker, motivation and team leader, NFL veteran, motivational speaker, brand ambassador, owner, motivational speaker. Are any of them standing out to you? Right? Are any of them going, wow, that's who I want on my stage? Because they're so, you can be so generic, right? You're like, oh, I'm a motivational speaker. Well, you know what? They're out here on LinkedIn, there's 180,000 of them. So what you want to do is you want to be unique. You still want to be able to be found in search engines, but you want to kind of stand out a little bit. So let's look at.
Hey, Trina,
Yeah.
can I ask a quick question?
Yes, of
I mean,
course.
I sort of know the answer because I've worked with LinkedIn before, but for people who may not know, there are different sections in your profile that you want to populate. So
Yes.
that motivational speaker is a different box than your headline, correct?
It can be, and we're going to get into that. Absolutely.
Okay, and you only have so many characters for your headline, or is it you want it to be?
Okay, 70 is all that it shows. You actually can put like 300 characters in, because if you notice, mine's very long.
So it shows 70. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of these people are not using, you know, the whole thing, right? But I just want to show you that you want to think about your headline when you do this. So let's go back to me. So here's mine, right? Bringing out the best in women entrepreneurs as they start and grow their businesses. New mastermind groups forming now. Great podcast guests with lots of knowledge and stories, right? That's a very different kind of intro than motivational speaker and team leader. Yeah, you know, and not to say that mine is the end all be all kind of thing, but here's what I want you to do. When you are working on yours, now let's see, Vicky Anthos. Do you mind if I pull yours up? Okay, so you've got extensive administrative experience and strong communicator with excellent interpersonal skills and demonstrated success coordinating events and managing office workflow. Ask an admin.
Notice
right.
it has nothing to do with flowers. I have to
Right,
change.
except that look at all these beautiful flower pictures. Yeah, so you may want to go in and update this, right?
A little.
A little, but what I was going to say, so let me find, let's Jerry Mason. Okay, so you're a writer, speaker, author. I help people turn negatives into positives by unique approaches to life. Yes, that's strong. That makes you stand out from everyone else. But what I want you to, a little tip I want to give you guys is, do you guys know about headline analyzers? Anybody? Anybody know about headline analyzers?
That's sort of like SEO.
It is for SEO, but yeah. So I'm going to post a couple of them in the chat in a minute. But so there are these services out there that review your words and tell you, they analyze your words and they make you a much stronger writer. Okay, so I've saved a couple of them. So here's one. So I did Sheila's. So Sheila, you got a 66, which was kind of average, and hers was just CEO at Life Purpose by Design Consulting. And you can read through, it's like positive sentiment, strong human connection, limited passive. But over here is like, where's the brand? Well, and actually her brand is Life Purpose by Design. It's not coming across because it says it's too generic. So it says down here that people would engage with it, but it doesn't make a strong first impression. Okay. And then it gives you, ways to improve. Now I tested Jerry's too. Now Jerry came out as a 63. And her engagement was 48, but hers had a stronger impression, just didn't generate as much engagement, which is just interesting. But then I did mine, right? And this is my old one. I used to just say entrepreneur coach for women who are ready to succeed. Yeah, it was very short. Great podcast guest with lots of stories and business tips. Let's chat. And that got a 72, and engagement was 56, but my impression was 85. I mean, it was like people were impressed, right? I mean, this is like the words that I was using are coming across as impressive, right? But I was like going, well, can I get it better? That's where I added the new mastermind groups forming now. So I made it a little bit longer, but my score went up to 76. And my engagement went from 56 up to 63, and I still kept my impression, right? I still got it's impressive. So that's why mine went longer. But the thing, yes, Ms. Kim.
So on when you do sign up for LinkedIn, where do you find that analyzer at?
Okay, it's not on LinkedIn, it's a separate service. I'm going to give you some of the links.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to post 3 links right now. They all do it a little bit differently. All right, hold on. I gotta get back to where I was. Oh, there I am. Okay, here's analyzer number 1. This is from the American Marketing Institute. That one, well, I'll show you that one in just a second. Then this one is the one I was just showing you at Share Through, which I like a lot because they give you a lot of information. And then one that's kind of new, but it really, and it actually analyzes very similar to Share Through, is Monster Insights. All right, can you see those in chat? Okay, so, but when you go over here to the American Marketing Institute, there's a little bit different. So I did the Bringing Out the Best as they start, Mastermind, you know, that one only gave me a score of a 20, right? And they said I was empathetic and spiritual. Now this one kind of analyzes the type of language you're using. And it says, you know, that professional copywriter, you should aim for a 30 to 40. Okay, so mine is a little low. But you're like going, but it's emotional, right? And so, and I played around and I can make it more intellectual. You know, you can play around with it, right? So I just want to let you know that those services are out there and you should use them because they will make your writing better. You'll just sit out there and play around with the words and everything, and it really will improve your how people react to you. So definitely take advantage of the tools that are out there. So let's go. I'm going to go over to my profile just very quickly. Now, we've already talked about, now you should have some sort of header, right? You can create a header on Canva. And you know, they've got the template kind of thing. You know, I'm doing everything, right? Amazing Speaks, Morelli, Marie Talks, showing people talking, just different events. You know, is that the best? I don't know, but you know, I change it up every once in a while. You should always have a picture, right? They usually say that LinkedIn is not the place for selfies, right? They really want a headshot and headshot only. They don't want background. They don't want multiple people. They want you centered. Then here's your headline. Now, contact info. When you, well, to edit this, you're going to hit the pencil, right? Anywhere you see a pencil is a section that you can edit. So here's my contact info, right? So I've got all of my different websites. I've been my phone. I'm not afraid of people calling me. My address, I have email me at, because my email is an old email, Hotmail. And then my Twitter, and then I like people to tell me when my birthday is, so that's fine. But so why did I put an email address here and then this email? One thing about LinkedIn is they send you notifications via email, okay? And if you notice, I've got 5,688 followers, okay? I am getting way too many notifications from LinkedIn, and I said, that can't go into my regular, it can't go into the Trina Morelli ETC where I have my business, right? So I gave them, you know, I don't want to call this a junk email, but kind of a junk email where they can put 2,000 LinkedIn notifications a day into that email and I can just ignore it. Okay, that's why I specifically say on here, email me here. Though, according to LinkedIn, that's my official email.
Trina, can't you just decline the notifications? Can't you just turn that off?
You can turn some of them off, but you cannot turn all of them off.
Okay.
Even turned off, you still get way too many. But yeah, but I mean, I don't mind getting the notifications because sometimes, I mean, I get notifications of things going on in people's lives or their businesses that I want to know about. I just don't want to know about everybody's. And what I can't do is I want to hear from Jerry and I want to hear Cleo, but I don't want Kimberly, you know, like they won't let me do that. It's either all or nothing. So you can add sections, right? Yeah, this is when you go onto your profile, you'll have your own dashboard. It'll give you your statistics. Creator mode. Now, some of you will have an option to turn on creator mode and some of you will not. LinkedIn, what do I want to say? Rewards people for being active on the platform. And one of the rewards is creator mode, which I have on, which basically I identified when I turned creator mode on. I got to list topics that I consider myself an expert in, or what hashtags I prefer. They ask me some questions because they say I have done enough content that I'm a valuable member of LinkedIn. And so when I create original content and I have creator mode on, LinkedIn does extra sharing on that content. So, but you have to kind of earn it. So I don't know if any of you have it or not. You may or may not, but if you have it available, turn it on, because then if you post a blog post, an article, something that you write yourself, it's not a share, but it's an actual fresh post from you, LinkedIn will give you some extra love. Make sure that you take advantage of all the elements where Jerry, are you confused? What? Nope, you're muted.
Yeah.
You're muted. Oh,
Where is the creator mode found? It's found in your dashboard.
It's on your profile.
In your dashboard. Okay.
In your dashboard.
Thank you.
Yep. So anytime they allow you to add media, do that. Like they have sections up here, right? So you can add different sections. Like what sections haven't I? These are the ones that I've added, right? Intro, about, featured, background, skills, accomplishments. You can do more and different.
Hey, Trina,
Yeah.
this is a real simple question and everyone may know the answer, but what's the difference between a follower and a connection?
A follower is only seeing my content. I'm not seeing theirs. Connections, connections, I see theirs and they see mine.
Okay, so a follower, it's not reciprocated.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of them are. I mean, a lot of them do both, but like I said, I wanted the featured section on my profile. And so I featured a blog post, right? Well, it's a YouTube video. And you can go in and change it every once in a while. And I'll go in a minute and show you my profile from, like, if you're viewing it. Obviously, this is the back office view. So it doesn't show in this order to people. Activity, right? Now, this is all the activity that I've done, and usually it's in the last 90 days. I mean, I'm out there pretty frequently. So the one thing we're going to talk about is when you go to look at other people's profiles, definitely check their activity. Definitely, because if they haven't done anything in 90 days, don't even send them a connection request because they're not active, right? And you only want to really interact with active people. So here's the about. Now, the about section, and I know I've looked at some of yours, you've got to spend some more time on the about section, right? The about section is where people get to know you. And I don't know that it's a hard and fast rule. I happen to like it written in first person, right? I like I am passionate about, so I'm actually talking to whoever's reading it. Other people like the third person, Trina Johnson is passionate about blah, blah, blah. I don't know that there's a real, I think it really depends on your audience. What are they expecting? For me, I really want women. I want very personal, very warm. So I do a lot of the I. If I was doing a lot more corporate, if I was talking to a lot more men, that kind of thing, I might go a little bit more third party, right? But you want to think about it, how you come across. But, so I'm like going, I'm currently planning Marie Talks. And I put it right here in my profile, email me or call and text, right? I am right up front with, if you want to contact me right here, you can send me a message through LinkedIn, but I would much rather you just use my email or call text me. I'm fine, right? Because I want people to feel like they can connect with me, right? So you want to know more about Morelli? Here's the website. You can follow me on Twitter, connect with me on Facebook, like Morelli on Facebook. I also do Amazing Speaks. And then I put specialties, and these are kind of like keywords, right? These are things that I want to show up in search engines. Everything you do in the about is searchable, right? So this is part of your SEO. Your about section is searchable. So you want to have phrases in there that people may put in search terms. And that's why I say women entrepreneurs, helping women succeed in business. I say it a couple different times, yeah. Then you got the section of experience, right? Experience should not be a recitation of your resume, okay? There is nothing on LinkedIn rules that say it has to be a resume. Because the experience is just that, it's experience. Again, so I have like Morelli, and I'm like going, what am I doing? I'm leading a powerful organization of like-minded entrepreneurial women, want to learn, connect, grow, prosper. If you want to be connected, we're for you. We can be global virtually, or we're working toward global physically, come out and join us. I mean, it's very much almost a direct sales pitch. And then I've got links to some videos about Morelli, right? And I got Amazing Speaks, author and contributing editor, right? So I've got links to all my books that go directly to Amazon, so you can buy them. You may as well take advantage of all the opportunities they have to connect media. You can put videos, you can put PDFs, you can do presentations. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to do the presentation I did about the niche creation intensive. I'm probably the next couple of days, I'm going to add it in my LinkedIn profile somewhere. Education, if you want skills and endorsements, recommendations. You definitely want, just like on Google or whatever, you want recommendations. And they make it very easy to ask for a recommendation. And so I've received 15 and I've given 14, right? So you definitely want to give and take. But recommendations, again, when people go and they don't know much about you and they scroll down and they can read recommendations, just like on Google or Yelp or wherever, it really gives you some credibility. All right, accomplishments. I think everyone should, have some accomplishments, right? So I've got publications. I was the Jessamine Chapter Woman of the Year, organizations you belong to, projects. And then you can do interests and causes, right? So I think if someone goes to my website or goes to my page and kind of browses through, they may get a pretty good sense of who I am and what I want, So any questions before we move on from the profile?
Question. So on there, when you say you can either connect or you can follow, if you follow someone, they can only see what you post. So you have to in turn follow them in order to have a connection. Because I seen on your side that you had some people and it said connect. So that means that they're already following you. Now they're just asking for you to connect.
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, and some people do that. Some people will just follow for a while because they want to, I mean, honestly, let's be honest, right? There are some people who are out there that are just over the top sales, or they post things that are kind of inappropriate, or you just aren't interested, that you think you might be, so you just follow them for a while, right? And then you make a decision whether you want to connect with them or not.
Okay.
I mean, I follow some people just because I don't want to see all their stuff, right? I mean, I want to see their stuff, but I don't really want them seeing mine.
Okay.
So, yeah. But here is, right here is the, what your link is. But here's how, this is your public profile, right? So this is how, when the public comes to you, this is what they see, right? They've got the header, they've got this here. Then immediately it goes to the about, right? That's the first thing. And then we have articles. And then here's the activity. And then the experience, right? See how it's in different order than when you actually put it on your profile page. So, there's my publications, and this actually, the public sees a lot more than I do on my, on the page that I put in. It pulls things out, but.
Trina, back to the connections and the followers.
Yes.
Years ago, when LinkedIn was rather new, and you and I think I've asked this question before, but I'm just bringing it up for everybody else. They used to say that you can't reach out.
They have changed. They have changed that.
They've changed that. So you can reach out to anybody, whether you're first level, second level.
Well, you can reach out. Well, obviously, always first level. You can reach out to anyone second level. You can reach out third level as long as you have a certain number of connections in common. And I think the number is something like 70, 72. It's a weird number. But anyone other than that, you have to have an introduction, right? Like if you see anyone who's like a fourth or fifth connection, you can't directly connect with them, except for something we're going to get to in a little bit.
I have a question.
Yes.
So if you send an invitation and you get no response,
Right.
can you send a second one? Because I know sometimes if I don't respond, it doesn't mean that I'm saying no. It just meant I missed it that day. I was busy.
Right. Yes, you can. And basically, well, let's go there, right? So, any questions on the profile before we leave? So basically, work on your headline, fill out as much stuff, add media, add videos, add PDFs, add a presentation, add photos, because people like that stuff, and that's how they get to know you, right? Have links. If you're an author, have links to your books. If you have videos about your books or whatever, put the links out there. You can have as many links. They let you link all kinds of things.
Katrina, can I do like little snippets on my radio show?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. And you should. For sure. Let's see.
I have a question. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, you're good.
So for the topics, and I know that was far back. What if I wanted to delete or edit the topics? I'm not seeing where I can do that on the creator mode.
Well, when you first, is your creator mode on?
Yes.
Okay, so at some point when you set up creator mode, they ask you. Let's see if I can figure out, well, I haven't been in there to edit in a long time.
Okay, I'm gonna
So-
turn it off. Because
Okay.
I made a mistake and I don't know how to delete that.
Okay. You know what? I don't know it off the top of my head, so I'd have to look it up.
Okay,
Um,
okay,
But
thank-
we can look it up and I can get back to you later.
okay, perfect, thank you.
All right, so let's talk about how you connect with people, the content you should be creating, how to create engagement, those kinds of things. All right, so back here at the home page, I say spend 10 to 15 minutes on LinkedIn a day. And that's all you've got to do is 10 to 15 minutes. You do not need to be out here for hours and hours. Okay. But the first thing you do is you go into your homepage and, usually check your notifications, right? Because this is what your people are doing. And they'll tell you, oh, a lot of people are responding to his post. I got mentioned in a comment. They're sharing about Facebook. Shared a post. 4 people Kristen and 4 others viewed my profile. That's always good to know who's reviewing your profile. And we'll get into that again in a minute, but you can kind of go, oh, who else? Adams, Nick responded to my LinkedIn, Henry Ravenel. You can just kind of go through and, look at your notifications. So I usually go through and see if there's anything that pops out. What usually pops out for me is if someone has started a new job, or if someone like Valerie announces that they're retiring, woo, it's like, what? Those kinds of things are exciting. Or sometimes I'll see someone write an article that I go, oh, that, I want to know more about that article, and I'll click. Like this, more women are rethinking their careers. And this CEO wants, it's like, that is an article that, if I wasn't on training right now, I probably would click on that and kind of read that and maybe share it, make a comment, that kind of thing. But check notifications, and then you go through just your timeline and go, well, I don't scroll down a lot, but I do try to like people's stuff that, who I'm connected with. And if anything catches my eye, Charts and Mercury, newspaper, Luke, I always want to see what Luke's doing. Oh, what's Thomas Heath doing, right? Angie Key. But, just kind of, I don't spend a lot of time, but I'll kind of go through and try to pick out 4 or 5 people where I'm going to like their posts, I'm going to make comments. Okay. Now, one thing about LinkedIn, and we'll talk about this again, but LinkedIn wants you to give what they call thoughtful comments. Okay. And this is all part of the LinkedIn algorithm. Your comment has to be 4 words or more, or it doesn't count in the algorithm. So if you just post thanks or great post or I agree, you're just kind of wasting your comment because it's not helping the post algorithm at all. It's got to be 4 words or more. So it'd be like, wow, I loved this post, thanks.
Right.
That would get counted, right? But if you just say great post, that doesn't count. So you want to do 4 words or more if you're going to actually comment. All right. And their algorithm does reward comments, likes, very much like the Facebook algorithm does. So you definitely want to go into other people's stuff and like it, comment, share it. Like Priscilla, right? I always love everything from Priscilla. So, now she has posted a couple things the last couple of days. I've been commenting on everything, so I may skip this one, but definitely go through and make some comments. Then the next thing that you do is you go into your network. Okay. And I've already, I don't have any outstanding invitations at the moment. But so I've got, 5,708 connections. And what I would do is I'll go over here to my connections, right? And, oh, look, Valerie, we just connected a little bit ago. 58 minutes ago, actually. And so I always make sure I send everybody I connect with a message. Okay. I have a lot of messages. But I also, when you guys are thinking about, if you already have a list like this, right? You search with filters. The filters can really, because you can do by connection, location, company. And so let's say, for instance, Tamika. Say Tamika only wanted to talk to people in Somerville, right? So here are all of my connections. So I've got 217 connections in Somerville, right? Now here's the great thing, like Tamika, if you and I connected, and I was in your friends list, you were in mine, you can actually look at your friends' connections, okay? So you would actually be able to see these 217 Somerville connections would all be second level, or some of them may be first level, but at least second level to you, and you could send a message to all of them. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you have a special going on at the barbershop or something, boom, there you go. So, but then there's other filters, right? So, so companies, past companies, schools, industry, and you can add industry. So these are ones that I've done searches on, right? Real estate, financial services, marketing, advertising, gotta have to move you guys, health and wellness, training and coaching, and you can add industries. So like for Clio, yeah, you had a question, go.
Is this not available on the phone app? Because I was trying to find this.
It is, it's just more complicated on the phone.
Okay.
It is there, but it is definitely more complicated to find the filters on the phone. You can, but it is one of those things that, yeah, it's much easier on the computer.
Okay, because this looks like something I'd definitely be interested in.
Well, yes, for sure. Because I was just going to say, like for you, think about like an industry or something that might be interested in hearing about race or, voting rights or something. I can't even think of an industry. Like, give me an idea.
Newspapers, where I could have some of my articles published.
Oh,
Well, newspaper editors.
okay. Well, let's just, okay. So.
Magazines, they don't have it like that.
Well, you can. So newspaper editors, it's probably media. Oh, I just saw newspaper publishers. So, I got to get rid of these filters. Sorry. People. Well, so there's a lot of newspaper editors. Yeah, so you'd have to refine it more. Like maybe do only South Carolina. Right, so there's 4,400.
Oh, okay, editors, okay.
newspaper editors, editor at the Manning Times, freelance, editor, Golden Life newspaper, editor, small newspaper at Rice newspaper, Associated Press. But so there's 4,000 editors in South Carolina. And the ones that are a second connection, you can connect with. These that are third, like Erica, if you really wanted to, like, oh, what's the deal with Erica? Let's see here. She only has one connection, so she's not very active. Let's see if I connect. It's like, oh, even a third connection, they will let you. For a long time, they used to block thirds, but look, they will let you even connect with her. Now, when you go to do that, and they do this add a note, always, always, always add a note, unless it's someone that, you regularly know, like, with Valerie and I jumping on earlier, I think I just said, please accept me or something. But always send a note, and your note is never salesy, right? Your note is always, give them a reason why they should connect with you, right? Cute photo. You can say things. I tell people all the time going, I'm expanding my network. You look interesting. I'd like to get to know you. I say that a lot. I'm just expanding my network. You look interesting. Boom. Sometimes I'll pick something out of their profile. They go, hey, you know what? And I have even recently said, I'm having a women's event next June. I want to make sure you're on the invite list. Can we connect here on LinkedIn? And people have been saying yes. So definitely do that. But here's the thing. Take advantage of your connections, right? So, like, who has a good size? Sheila, how many connections do you have out there? Not many. Valerie, how about you? Got quite a few?
I don't know, I think 500 maybe.
Okay, yeah, it says 500. So you can go to her 500 connections, right? You guys all know you can do this. You can go to her connections. And you know that anyone on her, if you're already connected with her, are going to be your second connections, right? And it is perfectly acceptable for you to, like, look at Jessica. And one thing, you always want to look at their profiles first. Why do you want to do that? Because they're going to get a notification that you viewed their profile. And a lot of people will go up here to this notification and go, oh, so-and-so, viewed your profile. And they'll go, huh, who's that? And you'll go, huh, you know what? Who's this Megan Sim? Actually, I know Megan. I don't know why she's on my profile, but it's like, oh, okay. So it's just much easier because you looked at their profile, they look at yours. And so when the invitation comes to connect either way, boom, you both know that you want to connect.
Okay, so since I see somebody's looked at my profile, it's okay to go look at theirs, because I don't,
Yes.
because I'm afraid now they're going to say, oh, she's looking at mine because I looked at her.
Well, okay,
Since
so
it's sending them a notification.
right, yeah, but okay, LinkedIn is all about connecting. All right, LinkedIn is not about lurking. LinkedIn is not about, like, I want to see what they do. And no, you absolutely want to connect with people. That's the whole point. That is the whole entire point, is you want to connect. So what I do is, when I'm in, kind of the connection mode, I go out there, spend 10, 15 minutes, and I try to send at least 10 connections a day. Now, not all 10 are going to accept, not all 10 are going to be responsive, but I try to send 10. And I'll get 4 or 5, maybe, as many as 8. But here's Jessica. I already know that she is friends with Valerie, or she's a connection. She's a marketing communication manager at Blackbaud. You know what? I like Blackbaud. That's a great company. There's all kinds of good things there. Here's her about. And look, her activity. She is active, right? She does things. I mean, she's out here regularly on Blackbaud. So I would absolutely send her a connection request. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I'm going to right now. Very simple, right? Glad to see you out here on LinkedIn. We have a couple friends in common. I love the work Blackbaud does. Let's connect.
Awesome.
There you go. And so I will do that like 10 times. Boom, and that's all. I mean, you could be out here and do 100, but don't. Just do 8 or 10 a day, and every day it'll grow a little bit, right? Because then what you're going to do is the next day or a couple days later, when I go to my connections, I go over here to recently added, right? And if you do recently added, if she pops up, if she says yes, she's going to pop up under recently added. Then I'm going to send her a message that says, hey, I'm so glad we connected. Then I'm going to talk to her a little bit more about, I see that you've been in marketing for 6 years at Blackbaud. What challenges, I'll just ask her some questions about her job and her role, right? I won't tell her anything about Morelli. I won't, I might mention that I do events. One thing for Blackbaud, I know the previous event manager left, Leah Stoudemire, and so there's a new one there. So I would probably say something like, hey, I know that Blackbaud, used to do a lot of events. How did COVID really affect the world, kind of thing? I might just ask her some questions just to start a conversation. My philosophy is you get them off of LinkedIn and into your email and on a phone call as quickly as you can, right? I do not like emailing back and forth. Like, here are my messages, and I'm like going, let's see here. I can move. Like Leslie, was thanks for reaching out. There's that Carolyn Murray for you guys that were on my thing a couple weeks ago. Looks like Carolyn Murray is going to participate in Marie Talks.
Wow.
And see, and I reached out to her through LinkedIn. Yeah, I was like going, is there anyone? Christine. Sometimes you'll get salespeople and sometimes, not. But I communicate via LinkedIn a lot. And ask them to, can I email them or phone call? And you can really search, like if you know who you're looking for. Well, so before I get off the topic, go through your friends, right? If there are some specific kinds of people you want, just do a search, right? But if you're just trying to grow your network, go through your friends' connections, and kind of leverage that relationship, because you're more likely to get more people to say yes if you're just growing the network, right? But like Sheila, who are you looking for? Like, what's your target audience? Oh, you're muted. Unmute.
Who am I looking for to connect with?
Mhm.
People who are doing life coaching.
You're trying to connect with other life coaches?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not as a primary, but that's one subgroup.
Okay.
More
So,
specifically, women life coaches.
okay. So there's life coaches, right? And again, my results will look different than yours, right? I mean, because it all gets filtered, but so there's 196,000 if you just look for people. And again, and these are for me, right? So this is Bennett Ann is a second connection. Elaine is a second. Doreen, second. There's some third seconds. You know, so you would have to see when you did a search, how many would show up for you, right? But if you're looking for something like life coaches, what I would do is I would look in people, I would look in groups. So this is where LinkedIn, it can be so powerful. LinkedIn has groups, right? LinkedIn groups, you guys want to be involved. LinkedIn allows you to be involved in 40 groups. I don't suggest that you're involved in 40, but go ahead. I'm involved, I think, in 15 or 18. Definitely join some groups. And just like groups on Facebook, groups, you know, you want to be consistent and you want to show up and contribute. all of LinkedIn has anti-spam. Okay. You can't just jump in a group and go, here's my event, or buy my thing, or, you know, hire me as coach. That'll get you banned really fast, right? Don't do that. But what you do is you pop in and you ask a question. Like you ask for Sheila may go, hey, I am looking for other women life coaches who deal with this topic. I'd love to connect, right? And then people will self-identify and they'll give you, you know, and they'll raise their hand. Cleo may want to jump into a group that says, hey, I speak on this and this and this. Does anyone have any connections with event organizers that talk about voting rights? Something, right? So people will self-identify and will reach out to you, right? That's how you work groups. And I'll tell you, groups are so freaking powerful, right? Now, there are several Charleston groups that really do really well. And I'm probably not a member of all of them, but I'm a member of several of them. So let's see. So here's my groups. So I'm a member of Charleston, South Carolina Professionals, right? Lincoln Charleston, well, Chucktown Buckeyes, which I love, right? There are a couple other Charleston ones. Charleston Green Business. Thought I had a couple other Charleston ones, but definitely the Charleston one, if you're looking for local, there you go. But some of these others, honestly, the groups like need a speaker, be a speaker. Sheila, are you in that group? Oh my gosh. Okay, if you are a speaker in any way, you need to be in need a speaker, be a speaker. Because this is just a fabulous group. But event planners post in there going, hey, I'm looking for someone who talks on this topic. You know, and you can raise your hand and go, I talk on that. Or speakers will post out there going, this is my keynote speech, does anyone know an organization that would be interested in hearing it? It's like, I mean, there's just great stuff out here. You know, rule of three, but I mean, there's always just such great content out here too. I mean, I personally love Need a Speaker, Be a Speaker.
And
Yeah.
there's 1 million cups on here?
No, I don't believe 1 Million Cups has a LinkedIn group.
That's kind of unusual, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly, well, if they do, I'm not a member of it.
No. I would think they'd be on. 1 million
No.
cups Charleston.
Oh, there it is. 165 people. Yeah.
Small.
So Thomas is out there.
Thomas is everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it's out there. I don't know. I'm on there. I see them on Facebook, so I don't know that I need them on this, but
So you should not duplicate yourself, I guess.
what do you mean?
Facebook and LinkedIn? Do you need to be on both?
Sure. You don't have to, but you can. What I suggest is that you don't put the same thing everywhere, though. You don't want to wear people out. I mean, my LinkedIn is very different than Facebook. Well, maybe not very different, but I post different things, different times on LinkedIn and on Facebook.
Because you have a different audience.
Yeah, for me, I consider it a different audience. Yeah. So, but here's the other thing about groups that I want to, let's go back to Need a Speaker, Be a Speaker. Here's the like, oh, you guys, the like super sauce that I just absolutely love is you can connect with anybody if you are in a group with them. Doesn't matter. You can talk to the prince over in Saudi Arabia. You can, it's like, you can connect with any of them. And so what you do is you go to your group and you go right over here to their members. And you just go, oh, let's look at the members, see all. And here is all the members. And if you notice right here, you can send a message to every single one of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, you don't
So
spam them.
a group is almost like a distribution list then.
Exactly. Yes. And the thing is, so what you can do, if this looks interesting, professional speaker, leadership consultant, leaders into dismantle and unlearn stories and bias, you know, if that is like a really great headline and you go and check her out, oh, look, she has contact info. Look, there's her websites. Now she doesn't have her email, but a lot of people will also have their email right there. And you can, instead of going through LinkedIn, you can send them emails.
Good information.
Yeah.
So that's a good get around, isn't it? Because you can't necessarily do that through connecting.
right.
If you just go, oh, I want to talk to that person, but you can't necessarily do that. But if you're in the same group with them, then
Right.
you can
And
connect with them.
what you want to do is, and you do want to tell them that you're connecting because you're in the same group. You know,
Okay.
and you can say, and again, look at people and go, you know, here's a breast cancer warrior, certified life coach, empowering breast cancer survivors. You know, let's look at Ms. KY Smith here. She's from Washington, DC. Let's see. Well, there's her website. She has a group, but look at her. So she is posting, of course, this is October, so it's Breast Cancer Survivor Month. But look, she is active. You know what? She is someone that, you know, might reach out to and go, love what you're doing. I wildly support what you're doing. Would love to connect. Boom. And she's a third connection for me. But I can send her a message. There you go.
It's locked.
What?
The message is locked.
But it's not locked from here.
Yeah, see, I did not know that's a good get around.
Now I can't find her. Where is she? Oh, there she is.
She was there, yeah.
Okay, she's right there. So if I wanted to, I could send her.
Wow, that's sneaky. I didn't know you could do that.
Exactly.
Wow.
I know.
You're sort of there. So LinkedIn is sort of skirting its own.
You did that too fast,
Oh,
Katrina.
but
Can you
only
go back
within,
again?
but only within groups, right? You've
Yeah.
got to be in the same group,
Yeah.
which says that you've got some sort of common interest, common whatever.
Yeah.
How did you pull that up again, Katrina? The K
Well,
link?
Well, I just clicked on her.
Oh, and it just pulled up the side thing. Okay.
That's her profile. And see, and it won't let me send her a message from her profile because I'm not
Right.
connected to it. But in the group, I can send her a direct message.
Got it.
And through that message, can you ask to be connected since you're in the same
Of
group?
course, of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's the way to connect with her.
Yeah,
That's the go around.
yeah.
Yeah. That's funny that they let you do that. Considering they won't let you do that profile to profile, but they'll let you do it within a group.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you what, I get emails from people that say, hey, I'm in the startup group. You know, I saw your profile. I saw you in the startup group, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'd like to connect for, you know, the whatever. And I usually don't go back to LinkedIn necessarily and connect with them because I now have their email and they have my email. And we can just email each other. I can add them to my newsletter. I can send, you know, I can specifically ask them to do things. So much easier and better.
So, Katrina,
Yeah.
this Tamika, what would be a startup? I guess I'm trying to say, what would be a good place for me to start? I am that person that told you I don't know nothing about LinkedIn. This
Right.
is for me. I
Well,
am her.
So do you want to connect with people to offer your hair cutting, or you want to mostly connect with people who want to buy jewelry?
I want to focus more on the jewelry.
Okay,
So
so jewelry is probably professional women, right?
professional women. Okay.
I mean, that would be my guess, right?
Yeah.
And so again, you can be large or you can be more specific. So let's go back to where's my groups? Like the South Carolina professionals, right? Or the Charleston, Carolina professionals, right?
Yes.
And you can go over here to see all. And look, here's an attorney. Kim is a senior enterprise healthcare account executive. Oh, here's an intern for United States Senate. Oh, there's me. Connect with her for sure. Here's the director at Volvo, right?
Oh, nice.
Here is the education instructor at Berkeley County Schools. Here's someone in sales.
So
Divine.
what
she's
did you type?
there,
You did South
right?
Carolina?
So what I mean, if I were selling jewelry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I might pick Angela and I might send her a message that says, hey, we're both members of the South Carolina Professionals Group. I'm trying to expand my network. I'd love to connect with professional women in the Charleston area. Can we connect?
Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, well, first I would actually go to her profile. Let's just see if she's
I just cannot get this thing to move.
right.
how I
So
want.
here's like activity. Look, she is sharing stuff. She is active out on LinkedIn. Right?
Okay, okay.
So you look at her profile a little bit, go, okay, she's director at Volvo, she's worked at Hyundai, she's worked at Ford, she worked at Toyota. Oh my gosh, this is a woman who has a lot of auto experience, right? You can
That's
say
rather
something,
unusual.
you can say a lot of things in the message to her that just says, I am so impressed that you've been in such a male dominated industry for so long, kudos to you.
That's impressive.
Connect, right? And I just want to connect, and that's it. But then if she responds, then because she's going to go check out your profile,
Okay.
right? And you're going to have on your profile that you love to connect with women, because you love to accessorize and make, whatever you're going to say. So she's
Mhm.
going to know kind of what you do. Then when she responds back to you, she accepts, your next message to her can be, hey, you know what? We've got specials going. I mean, don't go crazy sales wise, but
Right.
you can start to have a relationship with her and
Okay.
go, I mean, you kind of have to learn how to have
Right,
messages, but
right.
you don't go crazy with sales, but you do mention that, sometimes you have sales, or, I'm going to be at a pop-up selling whatever, or have you ever, for you, it might be, have you even heard of paparazzi?
Right.
And maybe just
So-
stop it right there. Have you heard of paparazzi? Boom. And if she has, then, she's like, oh, but I'm not interested. But if she hasn't, she might go, no, what is that? You mean the photo? People do photos.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you can say,
So-
no, but our jewelry is that pretty that people want to take photos of you.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Listen, so I'm trying to find you, Katrina. That's going to be the next thing. So I'm in my connections.
Okay. I couldn't
And-
find you at all. How are you listed out there?
I am Tamika D's Bling.
Bling?
Tina, why don't you have her share her screen while
Um,
she's searching, then we can help her walk through it.
Tamika D. Bling?
Yeah, Tamika D's with the D, comma S Bling.
Oh, there you
Comma
are.
or apostrophe? Oh, there she is, apostrophe.
You found me.
There she
How I didn't find you, Katrina?
Right. Oh, and see, because we're third, because we don't have anyone in common. All right. So we need to connect to someone in common. But I'll follow you for now.
Okay, I need to follow you back.
Yep. And you should get a notification now.
I
Hey,
didn't.
so could-
I didn't
I have
hear
a
you.
question too after this.
Okay. Who says they have a question? Is that Kimberly?
I do, Kim. Okay, so on LinkedIn, because there's a couple of different things
Right.
that I would be doing. Is there better to just focus on one thing, or could I join groups for, different things, or can you advertise?
Yes. You should absolutely join different groups for different things. Absolutely. Like if you want to
Radio show, like look for people for the radio show.
for the radio show, or to talk, or grief kind of things, or absolutely, those are different kinds of groups.
Okay.
Versus
But is it not appropriate to post different things? Should you say it like when you're posting, as far as posting, is it better to say it one John? Okay.
no, you can post all kinds of things.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no now your profile, right, needs to be all encompassing, right? You need to mention all the kind of different aspects of yourself. Don't do a profile that's only about the radio show, and then you're out there posting about Equine Connection and books, and that your profile, you want to cover everything.
Okay.
Okay. But you can post about your books. You can post about Sweet Jade. You can post about Equine Connection. You can post about the radio show on your feed and in different groups
Okay,
for different reasons.
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
believe me, LinkedIn is big enough, right, that you're not gonna, it's fine. You're not gonna run that out.
So for the radio,
Kim,
I'm, well, but like for the radio show, when I try to look more, I guess I'll look for more business owners. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Is
I
Ms.
have another question.
Tamika, I'm sending you my direct link.
Okay, Miss Valerie is on here with us.
Yes.
Miss Valerie, I saw that you saw me.
Excuse me, what'd you say? I didn't.
I see that you saw me. I'm trying to follow you.
Oh, yeah, I went and searched when you were giving us the name of your, how your profile was. So yes, I was on your profile.
I see. Look, I'm so slow to this, y'all. So I'm so excited. I got 2 new eyes on me.
Hey, you know what? That's where it starts, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all. I got to
yeah.
figure out.
Katrina,
Yes. Who is that?
okay, so I was looking down through the search for people that were second level. And when I wanted to connect with the person and I wanted to tell them how they knew me, because they are a senator, it just gave me a choice. When I hit message, it says try premium for free. So I can't message a second level person.
Okay, so they have in their settings, right? You can set up in your profile, you can set up settings. Let me show you. And what they have done is right here, their settings and privacy. They have somewhere put on there that they don't want people, that they don't want to connect with second connections. So that's going to
I
be
still have a connect button. It just goes connect, but it doesn't.
right. They want you to pay. They want you to pay for it, and you don't have to. I mean, I do not suggest that people do I don't think there's a lot of value in their premium service. That's my
they'll ask you they'll ask you 1,000 times to join.
Oh, it asks you every day to join, and I say no.
They very rarely ask me, but so if I hit this connect button, it's really not going to him.
I don't know. I don't know what who's the senator? Let's look him up.
If it's grayed out, you can't connect.
What's his name? Who is he?
Oh, Paul Campbell.
If the connect button's grayed out, you can't connect.
Oh, no, it's not grayed out. The connect button is there. I just can't message him to let him know how he knows me.
So did you do the full profile?
Say what?
So can you see on my screen? This is okay, and you hit view full profile.
Okay, and then I have the connect button.
Right. And look, I can connect to them. I think, are you still on the preview or did you hit the?
Oh, maybe because you have more connections in common. I only have 16 and you have 40 because you came up with a message. Mine didn't come up with a message box.
And it could, yeah. And that is one of their criteria is do you have enough people in common?
Okay. So if I go ahead and accept all these Santee Cooper people, then I'll probably have some enough in common. Okay. All right.
I only have 2 connections in common with him, and I got the same thing that Trina did.
Oh, Maybe I need to not be on my
Oh,
phone. Maybe
you
I
know
need
what?
to be
You're
on
on,
my,
okay, you're on the phone.
Phone.
Completely
Yes.
different rules on the phone. I am telling you, the phone is a
Okay.
completely different product.
okay,
Go to
okay,
the computer and you'll be able to connect with a lot more people.
okay, thanks. I'm glad to
I
know
just-
that.
I just use my phone to look at what's on LinkedIn, but I don't do anything from
Yeah.
my phone.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, from the LinkedIn on the phone, I post and I like people's things and share, but I don't connect at all on the phone because it's just a completely different world. It just is.
okay,
Now, one new thing, well, new, like a year and a half kind of thing, is you can now do live video on LinkedIn, like Facebook Lives. But you do have to request, permission ahead of time. And, but if you do a search on LinkedIn video, they'll send you the form to fill out and then they approve you. And then you can go live on LinkedIn if you want. You know, now they want high quality, you know, a lot of their vetting kind of thing is this person going to put up high quality videos? Yes, I promise to do high quality. Like, yeah, whatever. Let's
Okay,
see.
guys, I have something new that just happened.
Okay.
I just followed you, Valerie, and when I followed Valerie, now Katrina, it's starting to look like Facebook to me. So I'm starting to see your engagement with people. Is that a good thing?
Yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Because you only have a couple people right now, right?
Right.
Yeah, and as you, like I said, if you ask 5 to 10 people a day to connect with you, and some of them say yes, you'll start to see their activity, right? And pretty soon you'll see all kinds of people.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Honestly,
I'm getting excited.
Scroll, and never run out of new posts. But that's because I've got 6,000 people that, you know, can possibly show up in my stuff. So,
Right. Okay, excited. All right, thank you.
cool. Very fun. All right. Any other, if you've got you can do a business page, much like you can do a business page on Facebook. You can do, you know, I have a Morelli page. And, you know, similar kind of thing. You know, you can do posts and whatever, but I'm mostly just talking about Marie Talks. And if I view it as a member, yeah. And different hashtags and that kind of thing. And then you can actually get, you know, connects to your website. So it's good for like SEO purposes. So there's all that good fun stuff. So anyone have any questions? Anything I didn't hit?
Okay, Trina, you
Oh,
go,
actually, oh, wait, hold it. Something very, very, very important. Sorry. Content, right? All right, so you want to post content, right? So, and it's very similar to Facebook, though you don't want to do a lot of personal, right? And you want to do some personal, but it really is intended to be a business platform. People will post political stuff out here and they get just crucified. People will comment like going, get this crap off of here, you know, blah, 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 blah. They don't want political, and they want you to be respectful. LinkedIn will take it down if they figure that it is not respectful. So they really will. But so you want to think about who are you trying to attract, and you know, do a post. Now, when you do a post, you want to do hashtags, right? Do 2 to 3 hashtags with every post. And you can, like I do Morelli entrepreneur training, Morelli entrepreneur training for women. Those 3 are on every post, and then I'll add other ones, like the one for, this week or today or whatever was, I had LinkedIn and LinkedIn training and, other kinds of hashtags. So you always want to have a couple hashtags. The
Tanya,
other thing,
what was that hashtag site that you told us about during the mastermind? That might be helpful.
go to Twubs. And let's see if I can go to Twubs, TWUBS, I think. Right there, Twubs. Twubs is just the national director, the international directory of hashtags. You can go out there and like right here, hashtag directory, the largest categorized directory of hashtags on the whatever. So if you are stuck for a hashtag, you can go to Twubs and check them out. But you can pretty much make up, like when you start to do a hashtag, it'll give you suggestions, right? It'll say, and you can either join someone else's or come up with your own. But that's not the most important thing. The other thing you almost always want to do on LinkedIn is you want to tag other people, right? You always want to try to tag. Now, this is part of the, LinkedIn has a crazy algorithm, okay? But what LinkedIn does is they want, all right, so when you first post, they do a percentage of your connections see your post, okay? And they actually look at, very similar to like Facebook, they look at your likes and comments, right? They want engagement. If you can get 15 interactions in the first 2 hours after a post, LinkedIn will then show your post to your entire connections list. But you got to get 15, you got to have 15 interactions in the first 2 hours. So the way you do that is you tag up to 15 people and hope that they're online and they will like or comment or something on there. The other way you can get it is if they make a comment, you comment back. So you only need 7 people or 8 people to comment, and then you comment, you thank them for the comment, you do whatever. Now everyone has to play by those comment rules, has to be 4 words or more. They can't just do a like, they've got to actually do a comment. But if you can get 15 interactions in 2 hours, that opens up your post to your entire connections list. So it's a little game you can play, right? And it'll be kind of funny, like the one about LinkedIn, I only got like 61 views. I think that was the last one I did. But there's sometimes that I'll look and I'll see, like, I have a post that had like, 3,000, 4,000 views. It's like, what? And then I go back and look and go, oh, look, I had a whole bunch of people comment like, it's like, oh, that did it.
Karina, do they consider photos a post?
Yes.
Okay, so if I just put out a funeral spray, just as an example of my work,
Yeah.
and then start hashtagging all of these funeral locations,
Yeah.
funeral homes and things of that sort.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can do a photo. I mean, this is a photo, right? And she just says, I'll go first. Yes, she says salary is 100% listed in the job description. Okay.
See, to me, that's not a photo. It's a post, but to me, that's not a photo.
Well, it is. I mean, I can guarantee you it's a JPEG. Or a
Yeah. So that's what it is. If
this
it's
is
a
a
JPEG, it's considered a photo.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is Paulo. Okay, so that's
Yeah, Paula knows how to do photos.
Yeah,
Now, see, that's not a photo, that's just like a post, but it's not a
that's
photo.
fine. Well,
Okay,
that's fine. But there's, I mean, people put photos out there.
Yeah,
People put
okay.
videos. I
as
mean,
long as I know
Okay,
that a
I
photo
have
is a
another.
post.
there you go. What?
I have another question. I'm sorry if I interrupted.
No, go.
Okay, so one more thing, because this is starting to feel familiar, so I'm good with that. When you say high resolution videos,
Yes. High quality. Yes.
high quality. Okay, so my phone may not work right. Is that what you're trying to say? Do I need
Well, okay,
another
so
device?
I mean, what, like, when they first launched LinkedIn Live, they actually had it, that anyone could do it, but they had editing tools, right?
Okay,
And they expected you to no fumbling. They wanted you to edit all of your videos.
okay,
And even though you were doing it live, it wasn't showing live because they wanted it edited. Right?
okay,
So now when they give you permission to go live, you've got to use a third-party streaming service,
okay,
like StreamYard or that kind of thing. And they do have quality requirements. So
okay,
yes, you can use your phone, as long as your phone can go through those third services. And they want captions, they want
got you,
I
got you.
mean, they have some rules around it. And
So,
I'm not
Miss
a big video person, so I don't even bother.
Me
But
either, but I'm gonna try it.
there you
So,
go.
you know how I like to go live on Facebook?
Yep.
That's an option for on here as well, as
Yes.
far as presenting jewelry.
Yes.
Wow, got it. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. Just get the video permission, and yeah, absolutely. Now the
You can
one
actually
thing,
advertise.
yeah,
You can actually advertise on LinkedIn.
yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
This is awesome because
Yeah.
you know
Well,
that.
and you can actually run ads on LinkedIn, and you can run ads like over here, like these are ads. This AARP attorney and 5+ business vehicle. These are ads, but you can also run ads in messaging.
Okay.
The other thing is, LinkedIn has courses, right? So you can, I mean, they've got a whole, it used to be called Linda, but they've got so many training videos out there on any topic you possibly want.
So how do we find that?
Right here, up here where it says work.
Work.
And you go, and there's learning.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
And and you can actually apply to create videos and be in the learning, have your videos out there as part of learning.
Stop
So,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
you can do all kinds of stuff.
I want to do that.
Like over here, like under my items, I mean, not that I care, but like, because I have like client projects, right? I'm a LinkedIn consultant or whatever. And so these are just projects that I've gotten through LinkedIn, consulting clients. So, okay.
Karina, when you say you can post an ad on LinkedIn, how
Yeah.
far is that ad going to spread? Is it only going to spread to your connections?
No, I mean, ads work with, I mean, ads are ads. You target the ads. So you can target them to be just your, or you can target them to the entire Charleston area, or you
Okay.
can Charleston, or, no, I mean, you target just like everything. And,
Okay.
and right here, again, it's in the more under work. There's your advertise.
It's going to cost you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's advertising, so there it is an investment,
Yep.
but it, you know, and so let's just see, are there, like this is promoted, right? The predictive index, this is an ad. You know, and that's, you know, it says promoted, so you know that that's not my, that's not one of my connections. Employees are quitting because, all right, let's see. Let's see if I can see another ad. Here's another ad, Fisher Investments. You know, and sometimes you kind of wonder, like, why am I being targeted with that ad? Well, whatever. Capital One, yeah, okay.
But just like on Facebook, you could cancel that, couldn't you? You could hide those ads.
You can hide them, yeah.
Yep. So it's very similar to Facebook. So if you can use Facebook, you should be able to use LinkedIn.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look how cute. And what I love, you know, is like, I don't know, where's he from? I don't know, but sometimes, but you know, I mean, I've got people from all over the world. And so sometimes you get some videos from places that you're like going, oh, wow, I never would have thought. But yeah, you can go up here and you can, you know, you can improvement and say, no, I don't want it, you know, manage your preferences and just say, I don't want car ads. Whatever. So. All right, you guys have anything? Oh, one thing on your phone, and it probably would not work right now, but they have a thing like if you go to your, if you're on your phone, if you got the app and you go to your connections, to your network, and kind of down on the right-hand side, there will be a blue disc with a silhouette of a person in it. And you click on that. If there's anyone nearby that is also on LinkedIn, you can connect with them right there. It's called Find Nearby. So it's kind of neat at an event. You know, they tell you at 1 million cups all the time. They're like going, get out your phones and find nearby and connect with everybody.
And where do you go, Trina?
On your phone, go
Right.
to connections, or yeah, your network. Your
Oh, my
network.
network.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Yep. All right. Go to my network, and then you should have a blue person.
Oh,
On,
yeah.
yeah. And if you click on that, it'll show you if there are people nearby that are also on LinkedIn.
I only have add contacts and scan QR code.
Well, the QR code, I think, is for people that are nearby, but
Nobody's
What?
nearby. That's why you don't have anything.
where you are
Oh,
right,
okay.
where you are right now doesn't have anybody that you can connect with.
Yeah.
Right.
No one in your apartment complex is right now on LinkedIn. What?
Gee whiz, what a bunch of duds.
I know, seriously.
Okay.
Hold on, Papa. My dog is telling me to hurry up. He's so silly.
Well, then you better hurry up so you don't have to clean up a mess.
Yeah, well, that happens. But all right, so I'm putting one last thing in the chat.
Okay.
And this is the blog post that I wrote that I kind of laid out all these tips. So you can go check that out.
Is it on your?
And there's also a PDF there that you can download kind of all the information we talked about today.
Okay, so what is that?
It's easy just to take a picture of it.
I was trying to figure out what to do. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well,
Picture of-
okay, so,
yeah.
all right, do you know on chat that you can save chat, right? You see these three little dots here beside where it says for everyone? Oh, that's not the one. Where is it?
Save chat.
It says save chat, but then I never know where to find it.
That's me too.
Oh, there it is, save chat. Okay, so save chat, we'll put it in your downloads on your computer. And what you'll do is just go into your download on your computer and just do a search for Zoom, and it will create its own folder and all the chats will be in there.
Oh, okay.
Where is that? How do you do that?
I ain't gonna do that.
Okay, so go to chat, go down here to like a new message and see the 3 dots. And click the 3 dots, and then the very first thing says save chat.
Once you do the save chat, and to the right of it, mine says show in folder. And once I clicked that, it showed me where it stored it because it did not put mine in downloads.
Oh, well, it's however your computer is set up.
Yeah,
So-
mine put it in documents, so I suggest clicking that so you know where yours went.
Yeah,
Mine
I mean,
created a
so-
Zoom folder.
exactly. It creates a Zoom, and then now every single time you're on a Zoom, anytime you want to save chat, it'll always put it in that exact same folder.
All right, got it.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to stop share. All right. Anything else? Anything that I think I missed? Do you feel better? Do you feel more comfortable with LinkedIn?
Yes,
are
I
you
thank
too-
you for this.
Are you too overwhelmed?
Learned a lot of stuff.
No, you gave me a starting point and a lot of things to do that. Awesome.
Yeah, and actually, if you really think about, who do you want to talk to? You can find them out there. They are there. The one thing I didn't really do is the search engine on LinkedIn is amazing, right? You can search for just about any type of person. I was thinking, like event planner or conference organizer, conference manager kind of thing. You can do those searches and you'll find those people. You can also do searches in the groups. So that's always helpful. So, but really think about titles and think about the kinds and companies. Yeah, the other thing is there's like the large corporations have company pages where all the employees are, and you can actually go, like you can go to the Boeing page and do Boeing Charleston and pull up a list of employees and kind of go through the list of employees and go, oh, that's someone I'm connected with. Oh, we've got friends in common. We've got friends in common, and you can connect with them. I mean, if that's where you wanted to be, right?
Do the employees have to give permission to do that, or does the company just do it?
But every single employee has their own, it's part of the company culture or whatever. I don't think any company puts the people out there, whatever, but
Right.
people volunteer
Exactly.
to have their professional profile out there, because especially if they're in sales or marketing or, they do whatever, they want to connect. And they're like going, yeah, I am the person at Boeing that does XYZ. And you can do that search and go, oh, look, that's the person I need to connect with right there.
Yeah.
Hold on, sir.
Your puppy's freaking out.
He is, he's over there. He's beginning to whine. He needs to go. But,
Yeah.
all right, you guys. Well, if you download the PDF, that's out. Well, actually, I may have put it on the blog post too. But anyway, I have a special offer out there. If you want to do a 90-minute one-on-one, really kind of work on your LinkedIn, kind of come up with a strategy, come up with content, find people, connections, whatever. 90 minutes for $125. I'd be glad to do that. So, you guys all know how to get hold of me. See you out on Facebook. And I'm going to stop the